All right, it is now time to do our WWE WrestleMania 42 Night 1 match predictions. And I'll be honest with you, I've been watching wrestling pretty much my whole life. First WrestleMania ever watched live, at least on pay-per-view live, was WrestleMania 7. I still remember it. March of 1991, I became a wrestling fan that night. And pretty much, I've watched every other WrestleMania just about live. Probably maybe missed 2 or 3 right at the beginning when I was still a kid, but I'd watch them after they came on DVD or on VHS, or a buddy would let me borrow one that he recorded. But after that, I pretty much watched everyone live. And going into WrestleMania 42, I don't remember a year that I was this unexcited. The booking, the prep work has been subpar at best. And I really think, after Vince left and Triple H took over, very, very optimistic and excited. And we had such an exciting WrestleMania 40 and Cody finishing the story, which was probably one of the best storylines of my lifetime. It kind of went all downhill from there. And it was a slow fade. Into last year's WrestleMania, I was excited that it was going to be back in Vegas. And the Cena heel turn was awesome at Elimination Chamber. And then we went into not a good WrestleMania. And then, of course, the worst part about it, the Travis Scott involvement. And honestly, wrestling has been in a free fall. WWE has been in a free fall for sure ever since. So we head to a WrestleMania 42. I think it all started with the fact that it was going to be in New Orleans. I don't have any love for New Orleans, but I thought it wasn't fair. They announced it, and then all of a sudden it was moved back to Vegas. Back-to-back years. Didn't make sense. And just on and on, more decisions that have not been good, and then we head toward WrestleMania 42, and the build-up, like I said, it's not been great. And then on top of the fact that used to be able, you can get Peacock, you could watch all the premium live events, you can watch the old stuff, and you might have had to have cable or whatever to watch Raw or SmackDown. But now you got to have 15 different apps. You got to have Netflix for Raw, and you got to Peacock still has Saturday Night's Main Events, and now all these PLEs, including WrestleMania, are on ESPN, the app, and I don't want any of that stuff, or I don't want to have 15 or 30 of these apps. And I've had YouTube TV, which they've been fighting with ESPN, and I know that's not WWE's fault, but they don't have, you can't get it. You can't get it if you have a YouTube TV, and I've just got rid of YouTube TV, and I thought, so I went ahead and signed up for the ESPN app, but I cannot wait until Monday, then I'm going to get rid of it, and I will not get it back until maybe next year, maybe Royal Rumble season. But let's go ahead and make our predictions, all 4 of us, myself, my 3 sons, Ethan, who's 18, Brady, who is 15, and used to love wrestling, kind of a casual fan now. Ethan still likes it. And Lincoln, my 6-year-old, going to make predictions as well. Starting out first, you got the this tag team match. Now, this is going to be on ESPN2. I assume it'll still also be on the app. You got the Usos teaming up with LA Knight to take on the Vision, which is Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and also I Show Speed. Now, a lot of people have a problem with celebrities getting involved in matches. In this situation, I do not. It's a lower card match. It maybe gets some eyes on the product. This is fine. In the main event, I don't like. But in this situation, this is fine. And I think we all have the good guys winning, Usos and LA Knight. All I can think about this match, boy, how far Jey Uso fell from last year. And also the fact that LA Knight's nowhere near the main event. And I was hoping he would be by this time. Will he ever be? I kind of highly doubt it now. Jimmy's going to get a spot on the card, which I don't think he was last year. And Logan Paul, his first time, he's not in a higher profile match. But we all have the good guys, the Usos and LA Knight winning. And then we move on to another match that's going to be free, or well, at least not free, but at least on ESPN2. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Drew was the champion just a couple months ago. A lot of people had him in the main event. They reverted back to Cody and Randy, which I think is a good idea, even though that's not a popular decision in some ways. Drew, Jacob Fatu, Drew is probably one of their top heels, and, Jacob is a guy they've been building up, and so Ethan went with Jacob Fatu winning. So did Lincoln. So did Brady. I'm actually going to go with Drew here. I don't know why. I kind of feel bad for him. He never seems like he gets a break. He did get a title match or a championship just for a little bit. But I'm going to go Drew here. And then we move on to the girls tag team match. A match I really don't care much about. Nia and Lash, tag team champions. I went with the Bellas. Ethan went with the Bellas. The other boys don't care about it. They didn't even make a prediction on it. It's just a match. It's a way to get people on the card. I could possibly see Charlotte and Lexi winning the belts, or possibly Charlotte turning on her finally. I don't know what's going to happen here. But the two that picked me and Ethan, we went with the Bellas winning. And then there's another girls match, female match, the Intercontinental match. Becky Lynch challenging AJ Lee. And all four of us took Becky Lynch winning this. I don't know how long AJ Lee's going to be around, if she's back permanent. It's fine to see her back. It's CM Punk's wife, and she's done well. She's the champion. They've been setting this match up. They've had a match or two here and there leading up, and we all got Becky Lynch, though, finishing this feud and winning back the Intercontinental girls belt. And then we have Seth Rollins and Gunther, and I don't really know how to make a prediction on this one, because this is a match that really wasn't planned. For everything I read, it was supposed to be Seth and Braun, and then, of course, Seth got hurt, and then Braun got hurt, and I've heard he's ready to go again. I heard it was going to be Gunther and Rey Mysterio, and then Rey got hurt, and then now Rey's back. So I'm not really sure on this. They've been doing this gimmick where Gunther is this legend killer, and it's been fine. He retired Cena, and he retired AJ, but that particular gimmick doesn't apply here because Seth's not going to retire anywhere near it. I don't know. Both good wrestlers. We'll see. Ethan went with Gunther, and the rest of us have Seth winning. Gunther could win. He doesn't lose much, so it could go either way. I'm not sure how they're going to do this. Could Braun come back and maybe cost Seth the match? That could happen as well. We'll see. And then moving on to the main event, Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, taking on Randy Orton. And this is a match that I like. I 6 months ago, I said this would be a good build because of their history, because of the legacy history. Will Randy win his 15th belt? Cody, he was getting stale as the champion, so putting the title on Drew for a while was good. Some people said maybe he shouldn't have won it back. But I like this match until the booking got involved. And we saw Pat McAfee, who I like. He came out, which made no sense, and turned heel and joined with Randy and said they're going to save WWE. You're going to save WWE with a 47-year-old wrestler? That doesn't make sense. And then Jelly Roll gets involved, and I like Jelly Roll, but keep the celebrities out of the main event. This match had enough history in of itself. It did not need celebrity. Doesn't need celebrities. And I don't know who. Maybe it's TKO pushing for these guys. I don't know. But here's a match that I would be looking very forward to. But because of these guys getting involved, I don't care. Here's what I think. Everybody is picking Randy to win. He's the heel, 15-time champion if he wins. I get that. And I have no problem with him winning that because face Cody, good guy Cody, is wearing thin. And they put the belt back on him to kind of transition to WrestleMania. So I could see him giving it to Randy. But I'm going to go a different way because everybody else, Ethan, Brady, Lincoln, all picked Randy to win. I'm going to go Cody wins, but it's all been a setup. And Cody turns heel on Randy, and they do a flip in the match. Now, a lot of people are going to be cheering for Randy because they're kind of tired of Cody, and people like Randy, and they like heel Randy. So it could be mixed, or it could even be more Randy getting the cheers. But what if Cody turns heel, keeps the belt, and then maybe aligns himself with Pat McAfee? That could be interesting. Now, will that happen? I don't know. This is night one, so I don't have a problem with, a heel going over or the bad guy. Or I just think that could be interesting. Maybe not. Maybe it's just time for Randy to win his 15th, and we'll get a summer of heel Randy as champion. But then we'll probably get a rematch at SummerSlam. All right, enjoy night number one. Maybe I'll be very, very surprised. Sometimes there's an event that I'm not like excited for, and I'm like, wow, they delivered. I hope that's what happens. Night number one. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back for night number two's prediction. Enjoy night number one tomorrow, Saturday night on ESPN. I just realized we forgot something. The women's championship match, Stephanie Vaquer defending the championship against the Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan. Now, Ethan Brady and Lincoln are not with me right now, so they can't make their prediction. I'm going Liv Morgan winning. I think Ethan did make this prediction and picked Liv, but I know I didn't ask the other boys, and they might not care anyway. So, forgot this match. Enjoy WrestleMania on Saturday.